You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
I think Brian Flores, he would have been head coach now if he didn't bring that lawsuit up.
Oh, I believe it. And in fact, I'm going to tell you right now, I think if he wasn't suing the Broncos for that absurdness around that John Elway interview,
he would have been in DC now.
Oh, at minimum, I think he would have had a chance to have gotten his head coaching job this time, because they wanted to hire D'Amico Ryans and not Sean Payton. So now I don't know how smart that is. You know, I'd take Sean Payton over just about everybody.
Yeah.
But
Sean Payton, I'm absolutely delighted that Sean Payton's in Denver, because he's now kind of I wouldn't say put manners on Russell Wilson, but he's taking control of the situation that Russell Wilson decided to fuck the whole locker room up over.
You're going to find out very quick. You're going to find out very quickly whether or not Russell Wilson is going to work out. You're going to find out very quickly. You'll know within, let's see, what is a 17-game season? By the 8th game next year, you will know whether or not Russell Wilson is going to be your quarterback going forward. Because
I don't think he will.
Payton will either straighten him out very quickly, or he's going to eliminate him very quickly. One of the two.
I'm hearing rumours right now that Sean Payton is either looking at Baker Mayfield or Sam Darnold as the number 2 quarterback. He's looking for an experienced number 2. And there's rumours at the moment that he's very interested in bringing Josh Jacobs from the Raiders as a free agent, because he wants to play a run-heavy game.
That'd be it. Well, he had Alvin Kamara down there in New Orleans, so it makes some sense. It does.
But like I say, I know we ain't got much cap space to play around with, but if we can renegotiate 3 or 4 contracts, and apparently Ronald Darby and Graham Glasgow getting cut will save him $22 million. So that you'll probably be able to pay Josh Jacobs $12 a year.
I tell you, I think Sean,
he knows what he's doing. Like I say, he's
well, I think he would have. He can't sign him. He doesn't have a way to trade for him and or sign him, and it's a rival. And he's got Russell Wilson, so his hands are tied to a point. But New Orleans is about to get Derek Carr. That's about to be a thing.
I've heard that rumor as well.
He spent all week in New Orleans last week with the Saints in that organization, in that building. Derek Carr did. The Raiders agreed to let him go down there and talk to him, and word has it Derek Carr loves everything so far about New Orleans. Likes the people, all that sort of thing. So they're in the process of working out some kind of compensation for Derek Carr right now. So Derek Carr's, barring something drastic, Derek Carr's about to be the next quarterback of the New Orleans Saints.
I think that'd be a great signing for him.
Go ahead and finish your point.
My point was, I think Sean Payton would have loved to have had somebody like Derek Carr. He can't get him, but I think he would have loved it, I don't know. I think Sean Payton is kind of like Jim Harbaugh. He looks at the quarterback he's got, and he builds the system around what the quarterback can do well, in the same way that Jim Harbaugh built a system around Alex Smith, and all of a sudden Alex Smith was a viable quarterback in the NFL after being a bust. If you look at what he did with Drew Brees, then Russell Wilson does have some hope, because the last 4 years, the last 4 years of Drew Brees' career, everybody knew Drew couldn't throw the ball down the field no more. He couldn't throw the ball 40 yards down the field. His arm wasn't strong enough. So Sean Payton built an offense around Drew Brees and his arm being weaker. And if you go back and look, Drew Brees still put up monster numbers in that recreated Drew Brees system that Sean Payton invented. So,
Yep.
believe it or not, I actually think Russell Wilson's going to work out, at least next year. I actually think that's going to happen.
Yep.
Maybe 2 years, and then I think he'll be out. I think Sean will draft another quarterback.
Okay. We're
I
actually
think Sean Payton will draft a quarter. I think he'll draft. He might get one in free agency. He might get another 2 in free agency. But like I say, I've just been hearing rumours through Chat Sports at the moment because they have their own Broncos channel as well. So I'm getting news off that as well. But I've also heard that it was from Mike Kliss or something like that talking about Josh Jacobs to the Broncos.
Well, now, Russell might not work out if Russell doesn't buy in. If he doesn't buy in, Sean Payton will get his ass the hell out of town. So he better buy in. He better check that ego that he's got at the door.
Out already, so that's a good sign.
Yeah.
Stop at the high knees. Since we're actually we're actually streaming on Black and White News. Real quick, Super Bowl picks, like lightning quick.
Eagles by 6. I can't go with the Chiefs. It goes against my principles being a Broncos fan. And I think they're a bunch of cheating bastards as well. Because I'll tell you one thing though as well, like I say, people talk about that AFC Championship, that the Chiefs are getting calls for them and all that. Like,
man,
what's that Broncos?
The Chiefs really did benefit from that DeMar Hamlin thing. They really benefited.
The Chiefs played the Broncos week 17, right? And Russell Wilson played one of his best games in that game. Now, he threw an incomplete pass, but Andy Reid decided to call out challenge it as a fumble. Even though it was a spiral, they gave it as a fumble, and they scored off that. And then right at the end, Chris Jones done a late hit on Russell Wilson on 4th down, which was never flagged, and they gave the ball to the Kansas City Chiefs that way as well. And he hit him exactly 2 seconds after he released the ball, but it was never called. So, like, the Chiefs are getting help from the officials way before the AFC Championship game. And I know that Kelsey is known to be flopping as well.
I'm gonna go, and this pains me. Eagles 26-23.
So y'all are both going with the Eagles.
Going with the Eagles, man.
Chiefs 27, Eagles 26.
Everybody got the game close though.
Yeah.
And
I was almost about to pick the Eagles just now. All week I've been on the Chiefs, and I was about to literally flip my pick before I answered, and I was like, oh wait, everybody else is going. Let me just go with the Chiefs.
Yeah.
27-26, Mahomes MVP. And I'm rooting for the kid because he's from here. And
man, it's been a long time since an MVP actually won the Super Bowl and a Super Bowl MVP.
Yeah.
Been a while.
Sometimes I think that's just all like coincidence kind of.
Yeah, it could be. I mean, remember Tom Brady won the MVP 2017, and then they had that shootout with the Eagles.
Yeah,
and they lost. So
Philly special. I mean, look how
so Manning winning the MVP, but we got spanked by the Seahawks.
Yeah,
in Super Bowl 48. Then Cam Newton won the MVP. Then Von Miller taught him a lesson.
Well, sometimes I think
that MVP. I think it's kind of cursed.
Sometimes I think you ought to just take a step back and go, Super Bowl winning quarterback, Super Bowl winning head coach. I'm going to go with those two and see what happens. You know.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.